Alright, good morning, good day, good afternoon. This is the African Crypto Warlord. Today we'll be looking at Bitcoin. We'll be dropping down from the 21-day to the 1 minute. What am I going to be looking for? Currently, to make this quick and easy, we have mean reversion happening, so negative mean reversion. We have DLP kicking down, ALP kicking down. We're waiting for the spaghettis to cross. And what is going to kick this trend off on the DLP is when the DLP touches the white dot, then we'll know that we're pretty much closing below 26,877. Okay, 21 day is very important. We have another target here, which we can use for the higher side of the DLP wanting to mean revert, and that is at $27,091. Okay. So that's just our DLP. We always make sure we're on the right side of DLP. Volatility is expanding, but it has lost significant correlation to the upside. Okay, so then we'll move on to the 14-day, where we have the same thing. We have a mean reversion region here at 27,283. Also, we're starting to mean revert, and we're currently below returns. So what kicks this up? Well, what kicks this down is if we start closing below said target at 27,000, just call it 300 for now. If we close the 14-day below that, then we expect these returns to get way bigger to the downside. As you see the faster DLP coming in now, saying also looking for returns to expand to the downside. But the general idea is if it holds above these two means, then we can look for the top side of the orange bands. But for now, this is the fight, okay? And we're going to zoom in on it when we get to the at least to the 7-day over here. This is the same range. This is the old cone. I'll link it up in the video here. The one that I would have used to scalp was in the worldwide Warlord analysis. You can check that out. That's what pretty much catches our top here, but we don't need that displayed right now, as we know that we had two targets line up on that cone, which was this region here, which we've been calling for a very long time on the 7-day. Pretty much this orange line is, if it holds above here, it wants to go test here, and it did. So it smoked it at just shy of about $100. Okay, so just shy of $100, but the distribution cone did come in and fill up that $100. So that is why perfection costs. Anyway, so now that we are starting to mean revert to the downside, what do we need to look for at least in the next 7 days? You'll be looking for any closes below, I'm going to say for the next print, pretty much where we are today right now. So we'll go $27,333.33. Any closes below there for the next 2 weeks worth of candles, that usually just signals it wants to come and touch this region, which we can now move the target down to here at $21,698, and its top side now target, if it can hold above said pink line here at $27,333, would then target 34,573. But then again, we know that we have this area here at 31k that stops that. Now currently, what stops it dumping all the way down here to 21k? Well, there's still a mean here on the 7-day that had a good test and butt plugging on the way up, and then no Vaseline required for the way through. So now we're on the region. We're sort of cooling off. I don't see this as a bad thing, given that Michael Saylor did currently buy about $720 higher than what current price is, and we demarcated that already with the $28,018 cone, and that's what this was. So Michael Saylor's pretty much bought above the pink line and is now shitting himself. So in order for him to maybe ladder in or just say that he bought there, obviously he could have bought anywhere, but all this bullshit. Anyway, you can get that like panicking at about 25,100. So he would lost a couple milli if this dump falls through. And at this region, yes, you can look at it as another opportunity for hidden bull dev if it can hold above $25,100 currently. It's a moving target, so maybe by the time it gets there, it could be 25,300. Okay, We haven't had our outlier event yet, but we haven't had any. There we go, there's another mean that's below, so this is a zone of liquidity that has been called out previously. So your outlier event for your RO, if it was to try catch like a hidden bull div in here, would be formed at about 26,561, given it's a moving target, so maybe plus $50 on that guy on the next print to $26,700. Somewhere in that region, and you'll meet your outlier event over here. If you don't, you have a hidden bull div. So now we're going to shuffle down to see what's going to trap us. So if you guys can see, this is the range from the pink line. Pink line up is here. We can do a measure move just to make this quick and easy. Just do it from current price because that's what it's fighting for. So it's 26, just call it 27% to the upside because there's always wicks, and 20% to the downside. All right. Currently a fall of about 3%. Yes, it can seem scary, but could be pretty healthy given there's going to be a shit ton of liquidity at current price action, about 10.5% away. Okay. And then a wick to that region. So what are we going to go look for now? Now we're going to see which levels on our lower term time frames are going to be grinding in closer to that 7-day mean that we had just displayed in this region. So we can see that the 5-day mean is away. We haven't hit an outlier event. Contraction in volatility was positive correlated. When this thing does get lower to like from 10 units to 0 units, I treat it the same way as it going from 90 units to 100 units. Okay, so yes, it's contracting, but if it's significantly contracting and there's like 0 contraction left, it can usually just fall out into one of those means. Obviously, if it comes down here, whatever, and there's a pump, then sure, then it can save itself. So here's the same effect as we saw in these high term time frames up here. That mean matches that mean, which now matches that mean. So as we start to zoom in, we can see levels that will be fought over. So currently what we're witnessing here is we're witnessing contraction in volatility, right? So that's why these candles are getting smaller in comparison to that, but it's positively correlated, which means volatility is going down and price action is correlated to that, or the other way around. Volatility is going down and it's negatively correlated, thus price action moves. That's how I treat that equation anyway. So if this bounce, this buy signal that's happened here is sort of a failure if it starts to close below pretty much this level here, just call it $27,320. Any closes below there, this sucker gets turned around, DLP has the legs, this guy hits its 1 standard deviation move, and this thing carries on flashing blue. There is a little bit of a buy signal, and I'll treat it as any closes above that. If this doesn't flash blue, then maybe there's an opportunity to pull out of here. Now, if it does get super wicky, as we can see on the that was on the 12-hour, what we can see here on the 12-hour, same as this daily, is the negative drift is pushing it down. We have DLPs pushing it down. We have buy signals that came in over here, which relieved about $500 worth of profit. Super sketchy, as you could see what happened afterwards. But anyway, on the 12-hour, this is the region. So for the 12-hour to have its expansion phase in volatility, I use this orange line. So currently it's going to drift into $27,127. And then it's obviously catching its trend now. So to me, it's more likely to come down to this orange line sometime sooner than try to break up. But we'll go look at the 6 hours. It is a buy signal. But what I'll be looking for is expansion in volatility to the downside at $27,120. Okay, that's when this thing kicks up and we start looking at like the 7-day cone levels, these regions here. Okay, so that's on the 12-hour. We're waiting for pretty much to just carry on to the downside. RO is going to mean revert in the next 1 hour and 30 minutes. If it can hold above here, technically, if it can hold above the orange line, there is an opportunity for a bullish play to appear to about 28,398. But I ain't gonna go that much higher than that. That is the orange band if it does want to fuckaroo around at 29,700. Okay, but for now, I'm very much interested in this level as we're starting to mean revert towards the orange line. Okay, what can we see? We can see that on the 6 hour, any pumps are going to be capped by the other side of the reverse wave trend, right? Generally, if it breaks through, sure, then it will want to mean revert up into the same region that we just displayed on the 12 hour. Currently a little bit sideways, but it isn't a trend, and the general direction has been going down. Some DLPs are mean reverting over here. So things are starting to look like they want to send a little bit of a pumperoo. Let's see. So this is getting very dirty to play. That is still a dump signal, looking for mean reversion in the next 1 hour and 25 minutes. Let's see if there's anything that can sort of save this. Let's see, it's just the bottom sides of the reverse wave trend. What it's generally trying to do is trying to break out, like we saw on the 6 hour over here, and hold itself outside if it wants to dump a root down. Those are like very aggressive signals. But the bulls can make it go very wrong for the bears very quickly if they can push through those things and like one candle to the mean. Then a lot of people can get hurt. So those are the kind of equations and problems you're going to be trying to solve. Sorry for that. Those are the kind of problems we'll be looking for. Now we're going to move on to the 45-minute. Is looking to mean revert. So any price action above 27,446 will be of interest to me, but it will more than likely have to fight this region at 27,584. Might be a little bit of a pop in here. Also, again, we're coming into a region where if it does pop and hit this band up here at 27,919, it's pretty much set a lower high. Okay, so it's just delaying the bear action that we're seeing on the 7-day. That just for today is an observation. I could see if there was to be a pumperoo. Now on the 15-minute, looking for a little bit of contraction. Shit's looking to expand. If this sucker goes down, if Pearson correlation goes down, that's bad for the bulls, good for the bears. Okay, 5 minutes, that's pretty much just getting hammered in this region. We've already demarcated on the 45-minute. What we're looking for is there a cool little display of 1 minute action. Shit starting. So what you can see is it might be a little bit of a pull if it can hold above 27321. So we already have a 27333. We were saying that earlier. So we look for bears to reclaim the 27333 because that will match up with our 7-day over here where we just measured up. Okay, let me turn this off so we can get the perfect number. Oh, 27,311. And that is 27,311. We're just in it now. That's why shit's a little bit hectic. Okay, so we're just in our next week dot today, and there's a little bit of expansion to the upside here. So if you do like to process signals from a very low time frame, you can see if that signal will generate through, and it gets denied by mean reversion. So yeah, I'll be looking for the bottom side of breakout ranges here on the 12 hour from $27,100. And wait for the contraction in mean reversion and mean reversion. We have hit an outlier which demarcated this, but until the 12 hours contraction says otherwise, the 24-hour contraction, the 5-day, and the 7 days sort of holding it up. The 14 days also saying dump. Until that occurs, we'll still be bearish. I hope this was helpful. Here we have an example of shittiness on the 3 hour, but looking for returns to the downside. Anyway, leave you off with the 7-day analysis as these are the regions. If we follow through for our 12 hour, this is where we're going. Any closes above pretty much exactly where we are now, we look for continuation back up into this spot at 34 grand. Okay, so a very pivotal time, even though we zoomed in on the 1 minute. You feel me? Okay, much power. I hope you guys have a very good day trading, and just for the next 3 weeks, I'd say there's an opportunity for 26% pumperoo and a 20% dumperoo. But if it does fail below the pink line, I hope you guys are ready for it. 10K, 10,711. If it starts to close below here, if it starts to close above there, we're looking for the range to 69.89.9. Much power. I hope you guys have a blessed day trading. Much love. African Crypto Warlord out.